So you want to move to Las Vegas, Nevada? In this video, I'm going to show you all the good, the bad, and the ugly about moving here. So let's get after it right now. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Las Vegas and moving here, go ahead and hit subscribe, tap the bell for the notifications below, and you'll be the first in the know for everything that's happening here in Las Vegas. Hey, my name's Anthony Candela with the Candela Group. Every day, me and my team get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to make a move to Las Vegas. And we absolutely love it. Look, if you're looking to move in 9 or 90 days, go ahead and shoot us a text, give us a call, send me an email, and we will help you make this smooth move here to Las Vegas. So, as I said, we are going to take a look at the good, the bad, the pros, the cons of moving here to Las Vegas. You know, Las Vegas is a fantastic, vibrant city that is great for everyone to move to. It's a small city, but a big city all in the same account. And so let's go through some of the pros, some of the cons, and why you would want to and why you may not want to move here. So let's start with our pro number one. The first pro is the cost of living. Hey, if you're coming like most of my clients from a New York, a California, and Illinois, you know that cost of living is expensive. Here in Las Vegas, our cost of living is absolutely really great. We're only 3% above the national average. So what you might pay, you know, $1.50 for in California, you're getting for $1.10, somewhere in that range here. It's just a fantastic place to live, and your dollar really does stretch a long way. You cannot beat the cost of living here in Las Vegas. So our second pro, along those same lines, taxes. This is a great one. Look, same thing, if you are coming from a California, a New York, an Illinois, where state income taxes are through the roof, you are going to love living here. We have 0 state income taxes. Damn! So let's just take a look at California. In California, the max income bracket for taxes is 14%. Here, 0. See? All right. So that means you move here, you make the same amount of money that you were making before. You instantly get a 14% raise. What? What can be better than that? Look, the state isn't lacking for money. We make plenty of money through gaming and all of the taxes that are paid from the casinos to the state and the other taxes. State income taxes, fantastic pro. One of the main reasons why not only people, but a lot of companies are moving here too. You just save a ton of money. All right, so let's move on to our next pro. So our next pro, and let's just stick here on finances for a minute. The per square foot price of housing is actually way better than you're gonna find in, again, California, New York, Illinois. We are somewhere between the $200 to $350 range, depending on where you live, per square foot. Just as an average. On average, where I think we're at about $260 a square foot right now. Now, you go, oh, $260 a square foot. $260 a square foot compared to California, where you're at $500 and $600 a square foot. For the same amount of money that you're paying now, you can buy a house that's double the size. You can, or if you have a big house there and you want to downsize, you can spend a lot less and get a lot more. It's just fantastic. The real estate market is great. Actually, the real estate market is really hot right now, which has driven the prices up even a little bit more, but you're still saving so much money in comparison on a per square footage basis. Let's move on to number 4. Pro number 4, there is always something to do. This is truly a 24-hour town. Hey, look, I just went to visit somebody in Florida, and I actually drove all the way from Vegas to Florida to help them. I will tell you, coming from Vegas, where everything is 24 hours, and driving through some different states where they are not 24 hours, you absolutely forget how lucky you are living here. We tried to go to McDonald's after 10 o'clock at night. There wasn't a single one open. It was crazy. Here, everything is open at least until midnight, if not 24 hours a day. Look, there is always something to do. You want to go to a restaurant, there's something open 24 hours a day. You're never going to be at a lack and going, oh gosh, I can't wait to get this done. If you want to do it, it's available 24/7. Let's move on to our next pro. Our next pro, the food here in town. The restaurants are impeccable. Because we cater primarily to tourists, that's our biggest industry here. You would not believe the number of restaurants, the quality of restaurants, and the variety of restaurants that are available to you. And it's not just the restaurants in the big hotels on the strip. There's a lot of restaurants around that are fantastic as well, including restaurants that cater just to locals. Once you get outside of the strip into the suburbs, you will still find fantastic A-rated restaurants all over the place.
Nice.
I've lived in California, I've lived in Beverly Hills, I've lived in LA, I've lived in Orange County, I've lived in Boston, I've lived in Idaho, I've lived everywhere you can think about. I will tell you that our restaurants here compete, if not exceed, what you can find in any of those cities, including the big cities, New York and LA. I will take the restaurant scene here, pit it against anywhere in the world. We just attract a huge number of very talented and creative chefs and restaurateurs who cater to putting out some product that is absolutely amazing, absolutely unique, and something that if you're a foodie, you will find no shortage of things and places to try. Next pro, the traffic. You cannot beat it. Like I said, I've lived in LA, I've lived in New York, I've lived in Boston.
Stop it. Get some help.
Your worst day of traffic here in Las Vegas is like your best day of traffic in one of those cities.
Oh my God! Wow!
We can make it all the way across the city, no matter what time of day, in under 40 minutes. It doesn't matter if you're in rush hour. It doesn't matter if things are going crazy, you can always make it across traffic. Now we get a little bit complacent here and we think, oh gosh, the traffic's so bad because it took an extra, I don't know, couple minutes. But to be honest, the traffic is fantastic. It's always moving and it's always going. Along those same lines, our next pro is the proximity to everything. Again, we're only 28 miles tall by 28 miles wide for the most part, and that takes you across the entire Las Vegas Valley, and that's where everything is. That means you are close to everything. You want to shoot across town because there's something over there that you don't have over here? Not a problem. It's a 20-minute drive. Everything you want is very close because we're very compact. So getting to where you want is fantastic. Not only that, but because in that 28 by 28, we pack a couple million people, there are pockets of everything you need located even closer. But if there is that random place that is far on the other side of town, it's not that far. It's literally a short drive away. You can do it. You're gonna love it. It's going to make a huge difference. The next pro is that this city, Las Vegas, and the entire Las Vegas Valley provides great quality of living, whether you're a family or an independent single person. Whether you want to raise a family or you want to live the high life, we've got it both, and it's equally accessible, and you can move back and forth between the two and live one day this way and one day this way. It doesn't matter. We've got it all for you, but you get to choose which one you want to do and when you want to do it. It's a fantastic place to live that offers opportunities for everyone. And in fact, speaking of opportunity for everyone, Las Vegas is a really diverse city. We've got everybody that you can think of. Everybody wants to come here, so we have everybody. This is the true melting pot of America and the world. We bring everybody, and we are all inclusive and want everybody to come and share in the joys and the recreation and all the opportunities that Las Vegas has to offer, including you. We'd love to see you here. And in fact, if you're thinking about moving here, I'd love to show you around, show you all the great things that Las Vegas has to offer. Just shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call, and I'll show you what you want to look at, whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. That being said, there are a few things that are cons here in Las Vegas. So let's look at some of the things that make it a little bit more challenging here. The first challenge, and the biggest one that everybody probably thinks of, is the heat. Yes, it gets hot during summer. This is a desert. And a high desert. We're at 2,000 feet above sea level at the Las Vegas Valley floor, which is where the strip is, which makes it a little bit warmer. So you are going to have a couple months where you're going to have consistent temperatures in the 100 plus. Yes, it is a dry heat. We don't have that humidity like a Florida where you get 100 degrees and 100% humidity. Your humidity is very low here. So it makes the heat a little bit more bearable, but I'm not going to lie to you. It does get hot. So what most people do is they take advantage of all the recreation activities. There's pools, there's the lake, there's traveling to the different national parks close by, Zion, Bryce Canyon, Mount Charleston. Mount Charleston, which is fantastic for hiking and for skiing during the winter, is 45 minutes away from the city center, and it is during the summer. If it gets over 80, it's a shocker. It's a nice respite from the heat here. But not only that, you have so many activities indoors. You have the casinos, you have the malls, you have the movie theaters. Everywhere there is set up so that on those hot days, there's lots to do indoors. The next challenge is kind of related. So it is dry here. It is a desert. So that means it doesn't rain a ton. When it does rain, because the ground is so hard, we get flash floods. So you need to be aware of that. But on a personal level and for your body, the dryness. Here's a couple things you're going to want to know. You probably, when you come here, are going to get nasally very dry very quickly. You do adapt over several weeks and your body will become accustomed to the dryness. But during that time, you want to make sure that you have access to a humidifier when you first come here and spend time here. A humidifier will help that transition and make sure that you're breathing, you're not completely dry inside. In addition to that, the other thing about dry climate is the fact that, you know, this is a funny one, when you dry your clothes, there's a lot of static cling. So you're going to have to use a couple more dryer sheets when you dry your clothes. Otherwise, you're going to come out and you're going to hear the static electricity as you pull your clothes apart. But it's a small price to pay for all the benefits that are here. So let's move on to our final challenge of living here. We are a desert. Water is a precious commodity here. There's a lot less grass landscaping throughout. So what you'll find is that most houses have desert landscaping. There's trees, there's bushes, there's cactus, but there's not that lush greenery that you may be used to if you come from a California or like an upstate New York or even in Illinois where you're used to the rolling hills. There is not that. We have a desert landscape. So you will have to learn about that and become accustomed to that. That being said, there's a lot of updates and a lot of new technology coming out. One of the biggest new things that people are implementing is the synthetic grass. The synthetic grass, it is not like the AstroTurf from the 70s. This stuff looks, feels, and is like real grass, except for you don't have to mow it. That's the best part. You can make your home look fantastic with this synthetic turf. You can have a backyard where you can go and run and play and jump, and your dogs will love this synthetic grass. On the other hand, Vegas has a ton of parks and open spaces for the public. And in these open spaces, in these parks, they are pretty much, for the most part, all green. So you have real grass all over the place. It just happens to be they're compact, they're located in the park area, not so much the house area. If you're looking to go out and play in the grass, there's tons of that available. But you will have to understand that you will see a lot of desert landscaping and not those lush green rolling hills. That's not what we have, but we have fantastic and beautiful mountains, including Red Rock Canyon, which if you have never been there, it is gorgeous. It's right outside of Summerlin. You can see it from most of Summerlin, and you should go and take a look. There's great hiking there. You can climb up to the top. I talk about it in one of my other videos. Turtle Peak, you climb up to the top. You're over this majestic canyon, and you're viewing the entire Las Vegas Valley, the Strip. The pictures from there are phenomenal. So those are some of the challenges of living here. You heard of some of the pros of living here. And you know what? You're going to have to weigh the two of them. And in my mind, the pros really do outweigh the cons. It's a fantastic, vibrant place to live. If you're bringing a family, it's a fantastic place to raise a family. We don't all live in casinos. Casinos are a very small part of the entire place. What most tourists know is a very minuscule part of the entire community. The rest of the community is this diverse, bustling town filled with families, filled with individuals, filled with all the different people that are looking to get the most out of the Las Vegas Valley. And I would love, like I said, to help you make your move here. Shoot me a text, give me a call, and I'd love to help you make a smooth move here. So until I see you on the next video, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to make you a neighbor soon.